All right, in this video, we're going to talk about ways to improve your Facebook advertising efforts, especially related to drop shipping and selling physical products, e-commerce in general. But there's going to be kind of a sub theme to this video, and that is really there is no reason to buy a Shopify course anymore. Because really, if you're in e-commerce, there is plenty of information out there. No matter what you hear, no matter what you see anymore these days, there's a good chance whatever guru is talking about their secret strategy, they probably just did some research on Google and came up with something that sounded cool. And they're going to package it into a course and then sell it to you. And really, the information is out there. If you want to get a little more specialized and if you want to kind of have a mentor, that's different. Having a mentor is something that is very beneficial because they help you drown out the noise. You know, they help you kind of stay away from, you know, these marketing gurus who are out there and they're spitting quick game and they're entertaining you and they're talking about their cars and stuff like that. And, you know, really that's just noise. You know, that's entertainment. When you really get down to it, entrepreneurship is about getting in there, trying stuff, failing, trying again, and working things out. So that's really the key here. If you want a mentor, great, grab a mentor. If you want to be entertained, you know, watch a guru. And if you just want to learn how to make money online and you know, really succeed in the e-commerce and Facebook ads arena, you know, just Google it. And that's really simple. So one of the things I've started hearing a lot about lately is this unicorn marketing. And this is something I first heard about with this WordStream blog. This is not my WordStream blog by any means, but I think this is a good article to really help you break down how the little guy can be successful in e-commerce, dropshipping, Facebook advertising. So I'm going to go ahead and link this article in the description below for you. But I want to talk about it really quickly, and bear with me. We'll just go through this. It's late in the evening, but I have a cocktail going, and we'll work our way through this. So what we have here is the inverted unicorn ad targeting strategy that doubles Facebook relevance score. Now, as many of you know, Facebook's relevance score. Okay, Facebook is social media. The last thing they want is a bunch of ads jammed down people's faces. What they want is they want ads that people interact with. Basically, their number one goal is to serve ads to people who want to buy the products that the ads are selling, because then two things happen. The person who sees the ad buys the product and feels good about themselves and feels good about their purchase, and the advertiser gets a high conversion rate. And the way Facebook dictates how well those two things are matching up, you know, the quality of the ad, the happiness of the consumer, the Facebook user, is by the relevance score. So really, the relevance score is not the end-all be-all by any means. I've had ads that produce an insane ROI, or return on ad spend, depends on what you want to call it, with a relevance score of 4. In general, those are mostly retargeting ads. I'm not looking for, you know, 50% of the people who see that ad to buy. It's advertising a high ticket product to a group of my hottest prospects. If 100 people see that, then 2 people buy. That's great. I'll pay $100 for those 100 people to see it. If 2 people buy, that makes me $700. Okay, so I don't really care about the relevance score at that point. It's going to be a little bit different if you're in e-commerce and you're advertising to cold traffic. So you're going to have to depend on the relevance score, because the higher your relevance score, in general, the lower CPM that you're going to receive, meaning you're going to get more, your cost per 1,000 impressions, I guess I should say, is going to be a lot lower if your relevance score is higher. And if you can get a relevance score of 8 or 9, you know, you should be in good shape if you're advertising, you know, mid-tier products, you know, $40 to $80 to cold targeted traffic. You know, then you should be okay. I've never seen a 10 relevance score. As a side note, I've had you know, quite a few campaigns with 9 relevance scores, and you do see a lower CPM. That doesn't always mean it's going to convert higher, but, you know, it's something to consider. You have to consider all things when you're out there doing business. Now, that's another point that I want to make. You know, there's so many people selling these courses, you know, these Facebook, these Shopify courses, And really, like I said, it's all just stuff you can Google. And really what you're doing is you're kind of distracting yourself. I'm not saying you shouldn't pay for a mentor. What I'm saying is you shouldn't pay for this information. You should just get out there and start working. Working through the problem, trying things out. And then when you run into a specific problem, Google it, because there is no course out there that is going to take you from zero to a multimillionaire. Okay. You're going to have to find your answers on your own. Yeah, there are mentors out there who can help you along the way, but there is no one-click solution. It doesn't matter how much the course costs. You're still going to have to go and figure things out for yourself. So the best thing to do, go out there and get started. And then when you run into, like I said, a specific problem or a specific thing that's tripping you up, then go ahead and Google it. That's really all you got to do. So this article, I want to talk about it really quickly. It says, Facebook ads aren't new. Yeah, we all know that. But really the point of this article that I really want to talk about is cost per click with sponsored posts for a 1% engagement rate might be around $3 to $5 per click. But if you can raise that engagement rate to 10%, your CPC or your cost per click will fall to around 25 cents per click, excuse me. See, the number one thing in marketing and business and sales, especially online, it's not to increase traffic or get cheaper clicks. It's to increase your conversion rate. Okay. And in this case, it's talking about increasing your engagement rate. If you increase your conversions by twofold, then you double your sales. So really the point of this is what you really want to do is you want to make sure your targeting is spot on. And the one way that we're going to talk about doing this related to this article is we're going to talk about what they call the reverse unicorn or the inverted unicorn method. And this is a cool little picture that kind of shows you the idea here. But really, this picture right here really sums it all up. You take two things that are seemingly not related whatsoever, okay? You got liberals and Star Trek fans. It's not to say that a liberal or a conservative can't be a Star Trek fan. These are not complete opposites. They're just two things that really have no bearing on each other. For instance, being a liberal and being a Star Trek fan are not related. There is no relation to, one or the other. You can be both. You can be neither. But there is nothing that is similar. Like, say, for instance, you might be a liberal and you might be anti or pro-choice, I guess I should say. Okay with abortion. If you're a liberal and you're okay with abortion, yeah, those are two different things, but they are similarly. Let's just say they're related. Okay, sorry. Let me have another cocktail sip. All right, so they are related. If you're a liberal, there's a good chance you're pro-choice. If you're pro-choice, there's a good chance you're a liberal. They're two different things, but they're related. There is no relation to being a liberal and being a Star Trek fan. I would venture to say that of all the Star Trek fans, 50% are liberal and 50% are conservative. If that's not the case, then maybe this isn't the best example. But for the purposes of this conversation, I hope you're understanding the point here. So what we would do is you would target each one. And what you're doing is you're not targeting both. You're targeting, I've heard this called many things. And maybe we'll go into Facebook and just look at an example really quickly. Oh, bear with me for just a second. We're going to go over to the Facebook Ads Manager. So we're going to go ahead and create a new campaign. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one. We're going to create a new campaign for conversions or what have you. Let's just say we're creating a campaign for conversions. And we'll go ahead and continue there. We're going to create the ad and everything, but really what I want to talk about is the targeting here. It's going a little slow, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Sorry about this. We're going to go a little faster. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to go into detailed targeting. So what you would target is, let's say liberals, or might say Democrats. Let's see if liberals comes up. I don't even know. Let's see, Democrats. Democratic Party, no. maybe this is a... Let's see, this is a demographic, politics, likely engaged with political content, liberal. Okay, so there's our liberals right there. And then what we want to do is we want to narrow audience, and we might also say star trek. I don't know. Okay, Star Trek. Okay, so that gives us an audience of 1.5 million people, I guess, is what it's telling me. But that's the idea there. You go down and you narrow that audience. You find people who are likely to engage with political content liberal, meaning they're probably liberal, and then also match one of the following. They're interested in Star Trek. So you got to do that narrow your audience, and must also match at least. That's how you do the inverted unicorn method. So let's go back over there and kind of look at an ad example. So if you go down here, this is going to be the ad example. I'm kind of going through this live. Sorry if it's off the cuff. Okay, so this is going to evoke. This is pretty funny. All right, so this is going to evoke emotions of two people specifically. Liberals are going to be upset at this because it's fake news, and Trump, is very famous for talking about fake news. And so that's automatically going to attract their attention because, what's more, what attracts people's attention better? Something they love? No, it's something they hate. Okay, so this is genius. And then, of course, you've got, I guess that's Spock. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Star Trek. But that's obviously the image is going to attract the attention as well. So let's see. This is great. Okay, so I'm not going to go through this whole article. I'm going to go ahead and link it in the description below for you if you want to get a better idea. But that's kind of the idea of the inverted unicorn, targeting the two unrelated interests, and then formulating an ad that speaks to both of them. And then promoting whatever, you know what I mean? I mean, you can see it's all about engagement. I mean, at this point, you could promote anything, it's fake. This could be a fake pen. How to determine it if your luxury pen is fake. Come on over and Spock will tell you the pen you want to buy. And then boom, you're drop shipping some high quality pen for $50 or something like that. That's great. Anyways, that's the idea of the inverted unicorn, or the unicorn Facebook strategy. So I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon. Bye.